Okay, Simin Sadi, what is it again? Sadi Ches?
Yes.
Sadi Ches, Sif Lamed Gimel. Continuing Hilchas Yom Tov. Tavashayna Malacha Gemura, something that's not a real Malacha. For also Lasais and B'Shabbos, Mishum Refuah, L'Chay, L'Shem B'Sakana, but you're not allowed to do it because the Refuah for Chay, L'Shem B'Sakana, Gam B'Yom Rishon Shel Yom Tov. So on the first day Yom Tov, you have the same issue. Same thing in the first 2 days of Rosh Hashanah. So the Issur Refuah applies then too. Also, you can do refuah with a guy. But on second day Yom Tov, you can even do refuah with a Yisrael. Many people don't know that because they ask, "Can I take medicine?" Second day Yom Tov, there's no question. Second day Yom Tov, there is no Issur refuah. You can't do real malacha, only the Rabbanans. I mean, not even the Rabbanans, like the Rabbanans. Afilu b'yom tov sheni ki amal yidei akum. With a guy, you could do it. You have to ask a shayla. Lamadal, Paitzah, mutter b'yom tov. Carrying is mutter on yom tov. Even if it's not for food. But it has to be at least a good reason. But just to carry for no good reason, then you're only allowed to carry. You're allowed to carry on the Shabbos, meaning for an Eruv. If you have an Eruv, you can carry anything. If you don't have an Eruv, then you can't. We never check the Eruv in Farakaway, Lawrence, and Five Towns. We do not check the Eruv for Yom Tov. But we assume that it's up. But if not, if you would be in a public place that doesn't have an Eruv, then you'd have to, like, let's say you would have to check your pockets before Yom Tov. Or the poskim discuss, let's say you're going to have a headache, so you want to carry medicine with you. So you're not allowed to carry the whole bottle, some say. You can only carry what you need. Same thing for Eichel Nefesh, like bottles of wine. Even then, you shouldn't carry like cases of it, the way he does it during the week. Ella Yashana, you should change the way you carry it. But if you can't change it, but you have a lot of guests, you need to schlep a lot of boxes of food, then you're allowed to do that in the regular way. All malacha that's mutter to do on Yom Tov, it's dafka for a person. But not for animals. You can't cook for your animal. Like Shabbos. And right before the shir, actually somebody's in the middle of texting me during this shir that he invited a guy for Yom Tov, and his question was, should he have him not in the sukkah on the last days? We eat in the sukkah on the first day, but not the second day. He thought there was an issue with with bringing a guy into the sukkah, which some people say that, but I told him, no, you can't even have him either day Yom Tov, because you're not allowed to have a guy in your house, right? Which is what the kids are saying right now. You're not allowed to cook or bake for a guy. But if you have a worker, then you're not allowed to cook specifically, but you could add food. For a respected guy, then it's also even if the yid cooks and bakes for himself. It's also to invite a guy to eat with him. But an akum that's not mechubed, you can give it to him from what you already cooked. If the left is pass, afilu b'shvil akum l'shar say also, but to bake, even for your own cleaning help, it's awesome because each loaf needs its own work. And so again, the Issur is, even if you're not going to cook extra for them, what we're afraid that you might. Now the problem becomes, let's say you have people that are becoming a ger. Let's say somebody's becoming a ger, so you're allowed to have them on Yom Tov. It's really not so simple that you could have them on Yom Tov. So one of the things that some of the places can say is what you could do is you're makna to them the food that you cook before Yom Tov to them. So that's the guy eating the guy's own food, but not everybody agrees to that. Lamed Zayin. Also, you're not allowed to carry anything for a guy. Unless it's, like we said, unless it's mutter to carry there on Shabbos. Okay, Simin Sadi test. Dine mukta b'yom tif. Boy, hey, Sifin. Call mukta Kol muktzah ha'asura b'tilta b'Shabbos. Any muktzah that you're not allowed to carry on Shabbos, asura gam Yom Tov, is also asur on Yom Tov. Yesh Aimrim, the gam muktzah midas muktzah machmas bius. Hold on 1 second, please.
Getting everything.
Here. Yesh Aimrim, the gam muktzah midas muktzah. Vidas, muktzah machmas mius, meaning muktzah vidas is meaning somebody, it's something that you didn't plan on using on Shabbos. Sort of like people ask, they want to use birthday candles in a cake on without lighting it, obviously. Well, muktzah machmas mius, and anything that's supposed to because it's disgusting. Afal pishim maton b'Shabbos asur b'yom. Even though it's also it's mutter on Shabbos, it's also on Yom Tov. Meaning muktzah is more chomer on Yom Tov than it is on Shabbos. It's a good riddle to have. Like, but it's very complicated, obviously. The fruit that you meant to sell, that's also on Yom Tov. You have to prepare them in Erev Yom Tov, which fruit you're not going to sell. I'm going to eat from these pears tomorrow. But if you sell fruit like little pieces, piece by piece, then you can be makel. This comes up a lot. People ask when they get a package of clothing on Yom Tov. So the thing is that you're allowed to open it, but the problem is that they might return it. If they don't like it, they may return it. So if they return it, then it becomes a muktzah because they don't want it to get ruined anymore. So that's also a common
Isn't that
question.
with every package? You never know for sure if you're going to keep it.
Yeah, no, that's true. So that it could become a problem. It could become a problem. Thing is, muktzah, you don't have muktzah for part of Yom Tov. So if somebody really doesn't, I mean, if they know, let's say they reordered something and they know it fit them before and they know they need another one, so then that's for sure fine. But if not, then it's a problem. Right? Okay, based. So an egg that's born on Yom Tov, asura afilu b'tilta, you're not allowed even to carry it. But you're allowed to put a kli over it so that it doesn't break, because you don't want it to protect it. Even though normally you're not allowed to, when you're not allowed to muktzah, so you're not allowed to move something on the behalf of the muktzah too. But here it's allowed. But if it's born on the first day, then it's laid on the first day, then it's put on the second day. Why? Because one of those days is not Yom Tov. If Yom Tov Sheni, who's Shabbos, asura gam Shabbos. If the second day is Shabbos, then it's also on Shabbos. Yom Rishon, who's Shabbos for Nol Daboy, and let's say the first day is Shabbos and then it's Nol Daboy, asura gam l'mocha shu Yom Tov Sheni. It's also the next day. It's also Yom Tov Sheni. V'chein Shabbos hasamach Yom Tov. Same thing when Shabbos is next to Yom Tov. Bein l'fana bein l'achar, whether it's before or after. Nol Dabazeh, asura bazeh. If it's born on this one, it's born on this one. That's also on this one, meaning because again, a regular standard 2-day Yom Tov, one of those days is weekday. So there's no problem. If it's born on the first day and the first day was Yom Tov, so then the second day is not Yom Tov, so it's fine. And if the first day is how do you go? The first day is not Yom Tov, then the egg was laid before Yom Tov, so what's the problem? But Rosh Hashanah, but Rosh Hashanah, as we know, is one long day, so therefore it's you can't go from one day to the next day. The 2 days of Rosh Hashanah are one long day. Meaning we do it l'chumra. That's why we have the whole Shechianu issue second night, because we go l'chumra that it's one long day and also that it's 2 separate days. For everything else, there's no difference between other Yom Tov and Rosh Hashanah. The Gamba Rosh Hashanah also on Rosh Hashanah it is also. The Lakula Lo Yom because we don't say Lakula. Right? We love that stuff. That we always machmer both ways. The Imchal Rosh Hashanah, the Yom Hey of Yom Vav. Let's say Rosh Hashanah falls on a Thursday and a Friday. Filu Nol to Yom Hey, even if it's born on Thursday, Asur Gam B'Shabbos, because you have 3 days, one long day, plus meaning the Thursday, then the Friday, and then Shabbos. Shachat Tarnagoylas, the Matzah B'Beitzim. If you shech the Tarnagoylas and you find eggs in it, afilu hein gemuras, even if the egg is completed, mutaras afilu b'yayim, it's mutar even that day. Because we're going to assume it was already before Yom Tov. But the halacha nowadays, the minig is if you shecht a chicken and you find an egg inside, we do not eat that egg at all. So that one's really not regeya. Okay, we'll stop over there. Everybody should have a fine night and a fine moed and a fine Shabbos.
Harrison doesn't have heated
Thank
seats.
you.
Are you on the front? Okay.
You too. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Okay.
Have a good
All right,
Shabbos, a
sag
good
es
night,
am Tag,
everyone.
Shabbos night.
Okay.
Oh, weird.